everybody, it's Michael from Bay Area Hiking Guides, giving that information, giving that knowledge to hike with confidence. And in this video, we're going to be talking about if you should actually go out and hike in triple-digit weather. Stay tuned. Alright guys, well welcome to the channel. If you're new, feel free, subscribe, like. We'd love to have you join us. We're always doing stuff in the Bay Area. There's some fantastic, knowledgeable people in there too. You know, I find some pretty awesome people to talk about a lot of stuff that we have in the Bay Area that we might miss. So, all right, welcome if you're new. And if you're not new, well, you guys know the drill. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about if you should be hiking in triple-digit weather. Now, currently, I'm up here in Mount Diablo. I got the wonderful mountain in front of me. It's about, it was about low 90s today. Yeah, it's kind of warm. And then we've got the rock formations behind me. This is a Castle Rock, by the way. The fantastic peregrine falcons flying here, but we're going to talk more about them in another video. I don't want to give it away. It's not too hot today. It's not triple digits. So we did have some hot weather these last few weeks here in the Bay Area. And it does get rather hot out here. Now, the reason I'm going to talk about this video is a lot of people, they come out here, they explore, they check out the beautiful Mount Diablo, they go to Castle Rock, they go to regional parks, they go to Las Trampas, and they do not bring enough water. Now, I've done several videos on water, so I don't need to get too much into that. You guys can check those videos out. So when it gets really, really hot, your body does a lot of things. And a lot of people some people will get caught up in their mind like, yeah, we could tough it out. Well, it might be mentally, you might think that you have the capability to do it, but physically and internally, there's some other stuff going on. So let's talk about the incident that happened recently, and I actually know exactly where that took place with the rescue that took place out here, and they had to take some people out by helicopter that were, you know, heat exhaustion is a serious thing. Heat stroke's a serious thing as well. They're both very serious. Heat stroke and heat exhaustion, they're both extremely serious. And people just don't know how serious they are. And they had to evac a bunch of people out by helicopter as you're hanging by a rope. And, you know, it's kind of scary, but they had to get them out both by helicopter. I know one of the locations was Wall Point, and then the other one looked like Castle Ridge and, not Castle Ridge, Castle Ridge. Rocky Ridge over there, Las Trampas. So it's a hefty fine to be paying. It's a hefty fee to be paying for a helicopter to come and pick you up, and you really don't have an option. It's a big fee. It's a big charge. So you don't want to have that on your conscience, not on your bill when you get home. But you can die out here. Seriously, you can really die out here if you're not smart about it. So, as I'm sitting up here, one of the key things when you're out there exploring and wandering around is you don't want to wear black at all. You know, black kind of attracts the heat. It makes... Wonderful. Oh, we all make mistakes when we leave the house, huh? I had all kinds of stuff going on in my mind. I wasn't focused that I needed to change the color of my shirt. Oh well, we'll just manage. Today wasn't too bad. I left later in the day. So a lot of the times what I'll end up doing is when I go hiking, I'll leave later in the day. I'll be like, oh, you know, when the sun starts going down, those few hours before the sun goes down, that golden hour. So a lot of the times I'll go later in the day, or I'll go super early in the morning, and then I'll, you know, if I go super early in the morning, it's like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., try to get up. I know you can do it. I'll usually stop hiking at about noon. And then if I do it later in the day, I'll usually start going out about 4:30, 5 o'clock, depending. If it's super hot, I get into triple digits, I won't even hike, usually. And if I do, it's either super early in the morning, later in the day, and it's only for a very short amount of time. I'm only hiking maybe a mile or two. It's not very fun. You're sweating bullets. Or what I'll end up doing is I'll try to get closer to the coast where the degrees are a lot better. You know, in the mid 80s to 70s. You got a Half Moon Bay, it's like 75. It's always cool over there. They get a lot of fog. So that's typically what I'll end up doing. So if you should you hike out in triple digits, I highly do not recommend it. Unless you're used to it, you've got experience, you've done some desert training. Just to stay home, stay cool. It's the safest way to go. It's just, you want to avoid it because you can really, it gets hot out here, especially Mount Diablo. And I don't call it Mount Diablo because, the name sounds cool. It gets super hot. It gets a lot of exposure out there and heating up. Now, what happens to your body is basically your body's going to be going, hey, we need water and we need it now. And we need a lot of it. So your body's going to start requesting a lot of water. And I typically will bring about 3 to 4 liters of water with me at all times. And a lot of the taps that they have here on Mount Diablo, sometimes they turn them off. Also, you do not want to be drinking from these ponds or the streams they have here with the cattle roaming around unless you have tablets or a filter in case of an absolute emergency. You do not want to be drinking that water unless you have the proper filter or proper tablets to be drinking out of that water. And as soon as you don't have enough water, you're going to start getting headaches, you're going to start feeling dizzy, nauseous, and those are the symptoms you do not want to be feeling. Those are some serious symptoms. Let people know where you're going, too. Let people know, hey, I'm going to go hike up this, because stuff happens. It's so serious. The other thing is to always be putting electrolytes in you. You ever, lick your arm when you're sweaty and you're like, oh, it's kind of salty? Well, that's all the salt coming off your body. So you got to put the electrolyte back in there. The salt's got to go back in your body. Whether it's, pretzels or electrolyte of some kind, get that stuff back in there. Gatorade's cool too, but it's got a lot of sugar. Very, very, very important to always take notice of the symptoms. And one of the things I'll do is I'll pinch my my hand, and if my skin takes forever to kind of go down, that means I'm not drinking enough. That's one of the signs that I'll go, oh, we got a problem, I'm not drinking enough. The other thing is I'll start getting headaches. That's another sign. The other sign is when you have to go pee, if you do, the yellower your urine is, the more dehydrated you are. I know it's disgusting, but we got to talk about this. This is serious stuff. So the more yellow it is, the more dehydrated it is, and the less yellow it is, the more hydrated you are. So when you start peeing out white, ding, you're rocking. That's your body saying, hey, we got plenty of it. Keep it coming. We're doing good. We're going to flow this stuff out because we don't need it. And keep it coming. We're doing wonderful. But when you're peeing super yellow and you're like, oh, man, oh, that's not good. That's your body saying, whoa, we're not getting enough. And this is the stuff we don't need. And we have very little of it. So always good to keep track of that stuff. And watch your urine when you pee and see what color it is. I always tell, a lot of my elite crew, my elite guys, we're always like, hey, man, I gotta go pee. All right, cool. And then they'll go and they'll pee in the bush somewhere, and then they come back. I'm like, what color are you? And they'll tell me, yeah, I'm yellow, I'm coming up white, or whatever. Every 30 minutes, I'm checking with everybody. How you feeling? How you doing? Any headaches? Any symptoms? You feeling okay? And try to cool down your body as best as you can. Someone does start having heat symptoms, get them in the shade ASAP as soon as you can. Drag them if you can to a tree. Start watering them, wet them down if you can. Get some kind of cool cloth or something to get that body temperature down as soon as you possibly can. Start pumping electrolytes in them. I have ran into many people out here in Mount Diablo that have been in some serious situations with water, and I've had to help them out and assist them as best as I could. I just highly recommend when it starts getting into triple digits to be hiking either on the coast or to stay home and don't hike out that day, because it's just not safe to do that. And when it starts getting into 110, a few years back we had 113, remember that? Do not do it, okay? Don't do it, guys. It's just not worth it. It is not worth it, because nature is a beautiful place. It's wonderful, it's marvelous. I love everything about it. But you have to respect and know its capabilities, because it'll come and bite you in the butt. It's always important to drink a bunch of water, and I usually will drink a few liters of water the day before, just to down the water. And I'll do that the day before to get my body ready. It's like, hey, we got plenty of liquid. I know you're thinking I'm going to be sleeping and get up 4 times in the night, but you need it. Trust me. Because if you don't, it's going to come back. So when you go on a hike, bring enough electrolytes, bring enough water, bring 3-4 liters of water. Sometimes I'll bring 5. It's a lot of water, I know, but it's better to have more than not enough at all. And also, it's good to keep the water room temperature. I'll cool my water down. I usually have it in the car. Sometimes I'll cool it down just a little bit, but not too much. It's good to have it room temperature. or a little bit cooler, because it gets too cold, it takes forever for your body. Your body's got to break down that temp, and then they can start utilizing the resource of the water. If it's like super cold, you know, your body's like, whoa, okay, hold on, we gotta get this down to a proper temperature. But you know, not to say that if it's super hot and you're like, find a glaciered water lake and you filter the water, you don't want to, you know, just drink it. But if you have the choice, you know, keep it cool. Keep it room cool temperature. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys have all been fantastic. And maybe you guys will get some other tips to let everybody know. Leave a comment down below. Get a collaboration of comments. Leave a comment down below. Also, Neighborhood Watch talked about me in a video a few weeks ago. They were talking about the heat and stuff. Great guys. Go check them out. They're awesome. They are awesome. They're doing so much for our community. The community of San Ramon, stepping it up. They're like a bunch of superheroes. So go check them out. I'll leave a link down below. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to head out of here. God, I look like a pirate, man. This is serious. It'll take an hour to get out of here. Ooh, I got to bag it up. But I can't. I'm starting to eat these things. It's like a sriracha or something. I don't know what it is. Oh, they're so good. I got them from Trader Joe's. You know, if you're trying to stay healthy, and maybe you got prom coming up. I don't know. This is so good. I'm bagging this up. Sure. Always remember to wear sunscreen too. Don't screw around. There is like pigs around here somewhere. They're getting desperate. They're starting to eat the soapweed. I didn't even know they ate that stuff. The little piggies, them and their gang. We get into like mid-late October. The tarantulas are gonna be everywhere. I know just where they go. We're gonna go in there in the lair. It's gonna be like Skyrim. By the way, in the month of October, I have so much going on. I have to fly to Chicago, Indiana, and then I gotta get into Indiana. Then I'm gonna be in New York. I could barely contain myself. It's great, and seeing some friends I met in Alaska. God, I'd go around the globe, don't I? Well, the U.S. I was Alaska, we were trying to catch the bus. You know, it was like me and this guy from the UK are running from point A to point B, and we were in a location right where the grizzlies and the black bears meet. Let's roll. We are in the meat zone, dude. We need a floor. We got a short amount of time back to the bus so we can get on the ship.